What's up, you guys? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys on the speakerphone. Dallas Stewart. Dallas, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yep. And last week on the divisional round weekend, we went a perfect 4-0 on the 2022 divisional round weekend for the NFL, for the 2022 NFL playoffs. And now it's time for Championship Sunday, the conference championship picks of the 2022 season. Technically, now we're in the year 2023, but for the 2022 season, man, this season really has flown by pretty fast, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it has.
And now the final four team standing is now official with that. We are now in with the final four, and it is time to get into it. Crazy seasons from these teams, and now we wait and see who will be representing each conference in Super Bowl 57, which is in Glendale, Arizona. The first off, the NFC Championship game in the city of brotherly love in Philadelphia. We got the San Francisco 49ers coming into Philly to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. You know the crazy story. All the quarterbacks the 49ers went through to their Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy to keep that ride going, that 10-game winning streak even before Purdy took the reins. And just an incredible story, which I can see now why they're having up there for the Rookie of the Year consideration for Offensive Rookie of the Year, which is pretty crazy to think with the amount of games that he even played, this season.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got the number one defense in the league in that 49ers, too, with Nick Bosa, Armstead, freaking Fred Warner, Greenlaw, freaking Javon Kinlaw, just all those weapons that they got on that defense, and including Hufanga, too. They just are very stacked, and that team was prime. We had a feeling they were going to be contenders from the start of the season. They were definitely fueled by when they lost in LA to the Rams last year in the NFC Championship game. Meanwhile, the other side of it, Philadelphia Eagles, that crazy rocket start that they got. Starting off the season, it was like 10-0, right?
10 or 11-0, something like that.
10, 11-0. The Eagles, man, just out the gates from the season, the incredible season they've had, both sides on offense and defense. A little rusty at the end with Jalen Hurts getting hurt, but it's like at least they made the right decision to rest him when they did. Granted, they lost a few games near the end of the season. Granted, they did drop that one game to Washington during the regular season, but the Eagles.
That was the one real clunker, I think. Their first loss on Monday night against Washington.
Yeah, but the Eagles, though, just for the season they've had, the moves they made, especially during the draft when they made that crazy headlining trade to get A.J. Brown from the freaking Tennessee Titans. The Titans still taking an L from that. That really rocketed the Eagles' offense and was a great compliment for second-year wide receiver Devontae Smith out of Alabama, the Heisman Trophy winner. Those two have made quite a wide receiver duo in Philadelphia. And that defense also, too, other than they know how to get after the quarterbacks. They have been shutting down the runs. They shut down some pretty damn elite talent during this season, and the Eagles have shown why they are arguably one of the best team in the NFL, in my opinion. I mean, no offense, 49ers. I mean, they're one of the best, too, but, this is just... Now, there's a reason the Eagles got the number one seed.
Yeah.
A good reason why the Eagles have the number one seed, indeed. And, that Philly crowd, last time a number one defense came to Philly in an NFC Championship game was 2017. Minnesota had the number one defense, and we all know what happened on that one. They got blown out by Nick Foles, 38-7. Granted, the Eagles' first points came on that Rasul Douglas pick six in that NFC Championship game back the last time when the Eagles went on their Super Bowl 52 run where they beat Tom Brady in that Super Bowl too with the Philly special. But now Jalen Hurts, man, looking to write a legacy of his own. And just the season he's had, you could pretty much put Jalen Hurts in the MVP conversation with the season he's had. But man, this game, I think this is going to be one of the better games. This is going to be the best game of the week in conference championships. But man, both these teams are good. Granted, one of them is our division rival in that too, which I respect what Shanahan's done with that 49ers team and the way that the defense has been playing and just the way John Lynch has built that team and just the quarterback carousel they went through this year from Trey Lance to Jimmy Garoppolo to Brock Purdy and just a pretty amazing Mr. Irrelevant story that has been Brock Purdy, and just we'll see how. The question I want to know is how well will Brock Purdy be able to handle the Philly defense and the Philly crowd. He got rattled a little bit during the game against Dallas. I mean, they only won by like 7 points against Dallas, but Dallas' defense was able to get after him. This ain't going to be no easy shot against this Philly defense, especially playing with that Philly crowd. Philly is a very hostile environment during, when they're hosting the NFC Championship. Just for 49er fans' sake, I hope they better not have, decorated the Rocky statue in their team colors like Minnesota did back in 2017, if you remember that. Dallas? Do you remember that when the Viking fans decorated the Rocky statue in their stuff? Yeah, the Eagle fans did not hold back on that one. But, man, this is going to be a good one. But if I'm going to go with one thing, I am going to favor the home team in this one. I am taking the Philadelphia Eagles to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I'm taking Philly.
Yeah, I'm going to slightly favor the Eagles to get it done out. A little bit more experienced quarterback. This game could go either way. I expect it to be very defensive, kind of like the divisional game between the 49ers and Cowboys.
Yeah,
I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored.
But, if there's one thing the Eagles got to get early if they want to take advantage, they got to obviously double team Bosa. They got to protect Jalen Hurts. And if Jalen Hurts could control the game with his feet, that would be huge. And then the running backs room. But if they can get A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith going early, they could put San Francisco in some major trouble.
Yeah, this is going to be the best team that San Francisco's played all year, and I would say this is going to be the best team that Philadelphia's played all year.
By far and away.
These are definitely the two best teams in the NFC, and there's a reason they're playing against each other in the NFC Championship game.
And I'm going to say I don't think it'll be a blowout like the last time when Philly was in it. I think this game might be a little bit more closer than the last time the Eagles played in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, I expect this to go right down
to the wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. But if I'm siding with this one, Philly, the hostile environment, the crazy crowd that they have, that crowd's gonna bring it. But my question is Brock Purdy ready to face that hostile environment of the crazy Philly fans and that defense, and that crazy defense with Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox and all those good pass rushers and that secondary, especially big play Darius Slay, too, ever since he came over from the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, he's been big in their secondary.
He's been huge for the Eagles secondary. So, yep, this game around, we are going Philadelphia to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. But it could go either way. But I hope this game is good.
Yeah, San Francisco has been rolling for the last few months.
Yeah. But we're taking the Philadelphia Eagles. All right. And then the last game of Championship Sunday, we got the AFC Championship game. Oddly enough, once again, in Kansas City for the 5th year in a row, the AFC Championship game is in Kansas City. 5 straight AFC Championship games that Patrick Mahomes has played in. And 2 Super Bowl appearances for Patrick Mahomes in his career. Now, there's nothing overrated about that. There ain't nothing overrated about that. But Mahomes is going to be coming into this game hurt. We watched him get his ankle rolled in that game between the Jacksonville Jaguars when Chad Henne had to come in and lead that 98-yard touchdown. And then you and me, the day after that, we were watching Cincinnati just take it to the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, yeah, that was a shocker.
That was a shocker, and there was a reason we picked Cincinnati for that reason. But Joe Burrow, they're on that hot, late run again, just like last year. And we had a feeling, it was unfortunate for the DeMar Hamlin thing during the regular season, but we had a feeling that the Bengals were getting hot at the right time. And this is the right time that they have gotten hot once again. That's a reason that they're in the AFC Championship game. Again, oddly enough, taking on the same team who they beat earlier in the regular season, Kansas City. Jamar Chase, ever since he got injured and then came back and was roaring hot, he has been a big factor for this Bengals run. Hayden Hurst, especially, too, the tight end. And then the big defensive play that Sam Hubbard made after that one pass. I don't know who stripped Tyler Huntley in the wild card for Sam Hubbard to take that back to the house, but Cincinnati's just, you you just can't overlook Cincinnati.
No, you can't.
And Kansas City, like I said, it's all going to come down to how Patrick Mahomes is. And he's going to be wanting to hit Travis Kelce early in this game, too. And then just how much can he get it going? And how much can the Bengals defense bring on Patrick Mahomes? I know how I was feeling about this last time around. Grant, I know they beat him 3 straight times now. And it's been freaking crazy that the Chiefs just cannot handle Cincinnati the way that they've been able to handle their other AFC West rivals with ease,
Yeah.
Granted, we're talking about their own division too, but Joe Burrow, he's on a mission. That Bengals team has been on a mission since blowing that Super Bowl in LA last year to the Rams. And for that reason alone, I am going to go ahead and I am going to take the Cincinnati Bengals to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl again for a second year in a row. I think this Bengals team has the potential to go in and win it all this year. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cincinnati Bengals. But I do think if Kansas City somehow pulls it off, a Philly versus Kansas City Super Bowl, especially with Andy Reid taking on his former team, would be great. But I think the Bengals are the better team in this case. Give me Cincinnati.
Yeah, give me Cincinnati. They're just rolling right now. I believe they've won like 10 in a row dating back to the regular season. And the way they just manhandled Buffalo in the elements was impressive to me.
And with 3 of their starting offensive linemen out, too.
And Kansas City showed some weaknesses. And I know it's really hard to beat a team 4 times in a year period, but I think they're going to get it done.
I agree. I think
they just for some reason have Kansas City's number.
And I agree with that. I think the Cincinnati Bengals can do it again. I'm convinced.
I definitely wouldn't mind if Kansas City was able to pull it off, and we did see Andy Reid go against his former team in the Super Bowl. That would be an intriguing storyline, and also the Kelce brothers going against each other.
Yeah, but we can't assume that because we don't know how San Francisco's going to come out in that one. It could very easily be San Francisco versus Bengals, like for the 3rd time since the 80s.
We could definitely get a rematch of Super Bowl 54. Anything's possible.
As Chris Berman would say, that's why they play the game. But these are our picks. We're not going to...
I'm rooting for a Philadelphia-Cincinnati Super Bowl. I think that'd be interesting.
That would be a fun Super Bowl. I would definitely love to see a Philadelphia and Eagles-Bengals Super Bowl in Arizona. That would be fun. And plus, the Eagles did beat the Cardinals down in Arizona earlier during the season, so they're going to want... I bet you Jalen Hurts said something like, hey, take a good look at this locker room because I want to be back here again in February. Who knows if he did something like...
It'd be interesting because Philadelphia's only won 1 Super Bowl and Cincinnati's won 0.
They never won one. And Cincinnati, like I said, I think they're primed to go on a run, and I think if they were to get back, I think potentially, well, we'll get to that when we make the Super Bowl pick, if they're in it,
Yeah.
We'll see what happens during this weekend, but I'm excited for Championship Sunday. But these are our picks. We are taking Eagles in the NFC and Bengals in the AFC. Drop your picks down in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. And Dallas and I, we're excited for this, and we cannot wait to...
These should be 2 classics. These should be 2 classics, in my opinion.
Yeah, we can only hope so, Hopefully these games live up to the hype. And, Dallas and I will be back later on. We'll probably take a week off or so after this. Maybe we'll think about a recap for some of this. We'll see, but this is a fun weekend. This is gonna be a fun football weekend for football fans all around too. But anyway, we will catch y'all later. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. And as always, though, representing my team, me and Dallas represent our team. Go Seahawks.